Hi everybody, Steve Griffiths here, developer of the MTPredictor software program. In this video I would like to look at correct position sizing and why it's important to control your risks. In other words, keep your losses small and keep your profits large, which is what we do with the MTPredictor trade setups, and as such it is not so important to have a high percentage of winning trades. This is the mistake that most amateur traders make, is that they go after a high percentage of winning trades and don't seem to understand that that is not what is important in trading. The important is the size of your profits and losses. And just to show you an example of this and prove why it's like this, I want to look at the 3-minute ES, which is the US E-mini. Yesterday, that's for May the 17th. Sorry, I forgot what day we are on there. May the 17th. So here we have just the pure automatic setups in MTPredictor. I want to look at that. We've got quite a few here today, so I want to go through these and just see why position sizing is important and why it actually means that you don't need to worry about your percentage of winning trades quite so much. And this is very important for amateur traders to understand, because it's one of the single biggest mistake that I make, that that I see most amateur traders make. As you can see, we have setups on the chart as well as history triangles. So let's go and put the analysis on each and see how the day would have done. So right mouse click, select automatic setup. So we click on the color reversal bar here, and here you can see we had a TS3 sell that we were taken in by one tick and then stopped out. So that would have been a -1R loss. So we'll just note down -1. All of these are going to be valid because they're in the direction of the STF. So in this case it's red all the way along here, so we're only looking for sells. So that was valid, and as such -1R loss. Clear the chart. Then we had another setup a couple of bars later, so again select automatic setup, click on the color reversal bar. This time we nailed the high beautifully. This time we came down to the first target. STF is weak, and here you can see we made +4R. Now this is the important point, and you'll see later on in the video why this is so important, is that one loss kept small at -1R, one profit much larger at +4R. We then carry on a bit further. We then have two losing trades here. I can just put the analysis on. So there you would have been taken in, just stopped out. Very frustrating. -1. Again, taken in. Whoops, a couple of bars later. Taken in a couple of bars later. Stopped out again, -1. Very frustrating. So at that point you actually had 3 losing trades and only 1 winner, which again for amateur traders can be very frustrating. But if you do the maths at that point, -1 +4 -1 -1 still means you were +1R profit up. So there you go. That's a great example so far. 3 losing trades, 1 winner, still making money. That's the major point. Clear the chart off. We have another setup here which comes in, nails the high, but the market doesn't get down to the first target because we have another buy setup here. So let's have a look at the STF. STF is black, so this one can be taken. So actually at this point you'll be stopping and reversing. So let's look at what the risk reward would have been at the stop and reverse level. Whoops, if I can click on the bars correctly, sorry I missed that. The risk reward level is about here, so it's about 0.9R. Now for the sake of easy maths, can I assume that's +1R rather than 0.9? I know it's not quite correct, but just for easy maths, can I assume that? So let's assume that's +1. Now we have another setup. I'll just clear the chart off. A buy setup here, so let's put the analysis on. Automatic analysis in here. Let's just take the first target. At the first target, +0.27, 2.7R, +2.7R. So a very nice trade into that high there. Clear the chart off. We then have a DP sell up here that didn't get stopped out. Basically the market chopped and went horribly and went basically sideways. And if we actually put the risk reward on at the close of the day, it's, well, plus 0.1 R. So I'm going to call that break even, really. So there's nothing on that one there. So let's just summarize this. So here we had 1, 2, 3 losing trades, 1, 2, 3 profitable trades, and 1 break even. Now the cynics among you and the amateur traders will actually say, well, that's only a 50% hit rate. Well, that's not very good at all. Therefore, I don't like the idea of actually trying to work with something that's only got a 50% hit rate. Again, this is only for this small sample. I'm just using this for illustration purposes only. So the amateur traders will say, I don't like that, that's no good at all. But the professional trader would look at this and say, well, actually we've had -1, +4, -1, -1, +1, plus 2.7. So let's add that up. That equates to plus 4.7 R return. Remember, we suggest 1 or 2% risk per trading unit. So if you're using 2% risk, that is 9.4% return on your trading capital in just one day. Now for me, and as all professional traders will agree, 9% return in one day is absolutely fantastic. So this sums up absolutely perfectly the difference in attitude between amateur traders that seem to want to go out of their way to have a high percentage of winning trades, which actually in this industry to do over a long period of time is nigh on impossible. That's why the vast majority of amateur traders never find what they seek, and as such end up failing in this business. Professional traders realize and understand that it's not the percentage of winners that actually is important, it's keeping the losses small and having profits that are larger than the losses. And this is why I've done this video, because here we had a brilliant example of 3 winners, 3 profits, 3 losers, 3 losses, 1 break-even trade for approximately 50% win to loss ratio. Again, this is only a small sample, I understand that, but it's just for illustration purposes only. So amateur traders will say, oh, 50-50, oh, I don't like that, that's rubbish. Professional traders will then know and understand that by keeping the losses small and the profits large, it means a plus 4.7 R profit overall. Now that is brilliant, particularly when you use 2% risk or 1 or 2% risk. So at a 2% risk, 4.7 R would equate to just over 9% return in capital. Now that is the difference between the losing amateurs who seek perfection in how markets unfold and professional traders who understand that losses can and do unfold. The most important point is keeping the losses small and maximizing the profits. So here the professional traders were coming away with a very good and profitable day, where the amateur traders still sit on the sidelines going after the wrong thing. So a great example of risk control using correct position sizing in MTPredictor. That's why we designed this software for professional traders who are interested in what's important in this business, and that is making money by keeping your losses small and profits large.